that's Abel today. See that posture he has too? Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm very privileged to do
That's me.
Abel's biography. So while we watch the slideshow, I'll just read in a little bit of background of what Abel's done for us, the people in the room, and for ATCO Structures itself. Abel was born on January 1929, 1974 at Nueva Vizcaya. He comes from a family of 4 brothers, 3 sisters, and he was only one away from being youngest in the family. We asked Abel a couple of questions about his young tenure years, and this is what we came up with. Growing up, what some of the things did you enjoy doing? Abel enjoyed gardening in the backyards, tomatoes, eggplants, veggies, and pineapples. Abel, did you do any sports growing up? Abel eagerly answered, I loved playing basketball. The very first year, I was the tallest player. While honing your green thumb, we asked you, what did you want to be when you grew up? Abel's answer was a doctor and surgeon. Well, that's a lot of school to take. Did you pursue your dream with any more education? Abel attended the University East in the Philippines, and he received a Bachelor of Arts of Education, and he's also completed his journeyman ticket here. We're starting to see a trend. Abel loves to help people and work with his hands. In 1974, Abel immigrated to Canada, where he met Evelyn, and they were married. They had 2 children, Heather and Michael, who had 7 children in return. Nicholas, Mahala, Samuel, Luke, Selena, Isabel, and Ivana. Did I get that right? Okay. And we started on ask Abel, what did you do for ATCO? Well, it all started 41 years ago when my brother-in-law told me about we were hiring that ATCO was hiring. I was working for CP at the time for $6 an hour, and my brother-in-law said ATCO was hiring for $4 an hour. I asked, why do I want to give up a $6 an hour job for $4? His brother-in-law stated, if you work very hard, there might be an opportunity for an apprenticeship position. So Abel applied and was hired August 12, 1985 by Mr. Saunders Guard and started off in the final finish. Is that correct?
And that was 1975 when Mr. Saunders Guard hired me.
What's the real question? What does ATCO do for Abel, or what does Abel do for ATCO? We started out installing windows, doors, and cabinetry. He moved from shop to shop, building walls, floors, and putting on siding. His love for working for his hands grew, and he was indentured into the carpentry program, which he completed, and he's very proud of. Abel took a position as a lead hand, where he started to coach and mentor many of the co-workers in the room today, and told us what it did to take part of the ATCO team. Friends look up to Abel on how to conduct themselves here at work and also at home. Abel's polite smile and compassionate voice come across as, I will help you if you want to help yourself. A little side note, Abel always likes to spoil himself. We were having a meeting one time, and we noticed that Abel's perfectly manicured nails were in the room. So someone asked him, what's with the perfect nails? Abel witfully replied, sometimes you just have to feel good about yourself. Abel loves to stay busy, and he also has a very successful business that he would go to after putting 14 hours at ATCO. Abel is proud of ATCO, and you'll never hear a bad word about the company. If he does, he listens, nods his head, and he will find that person that's having a rough day, explain to them what's life about. It's about challenges, it's about hurdles, it's about successes. We don't blame the company, we don't blame people. Let's see what we can do to help. Abel's not all work. He's a dedicated family man, loving father of Heather and Michael. He's always so proud of Heather when her beautiful voice, you might have heard at some Flames game where she sang our national anthem. Her patience for her 5 children and her dedication to her work. Michael does not fall far from the family tree. Mike is driven to succeed and having the same ethics taught by his dad and a natural calming aura. Abel loves watching Michael raise his children, knowing that gentle touch and calming voice will be passed down to his grandkids. His wife, Evelyn, is the person with the real patience. having to put up with a rock star and a drum till wee hours in the morning, and having to support a workaholic. Abel kept saying it was to put food on the table, but she really knows that Abel needs to stay busy. A lot of changes has happened in 41 years at work. Abel said the first project that he worked on was for Saudi Arabia, and the last one was the biggest ever built by ATCO for BC Hydro, where it can accommodate up to 2,000 people to live. Abel enjoyed meeting new people, helping them with the transition into a new company. Abel has enjoyed being with a company that has allowed him to put in his input, how to make our product better, easier to build, and cost effective. A change in employment ethics is hard for Abel to understand. Why would people move from job to job? And some of the technology today that's supposed to help us get our job done with little conversation. There's a lot of things that have changed since in 1965. Brian Mulroney was the Prime Minister. Ralph Klein was the Premier of Alberta. A VCR was $600. The Calgary Cannons were playing the Portland Beavers. You could get a steak sandwich for $4.50. Corey Hart, your favorite band, was playing the Saddle Dome. The Corral 4 was playing Back to the Future, and you could go to a night out at Stage West for $7. Abel, this was in August 12th, your horoscope. Cycle high, you win despite delays. Some people support you behind the scenes. Can be considered a secret ally. Be direct, independent, courageous, with ideals and concerns. Pisces figure prominently. And that day went well, didn't it? Good. As we know, this is just a little part of who you are and we want to help you the best into your transition. And when asking you, what would you change? Your answer was to make the world a better place to live. Less killing, less drug use. Abel, I'd just like to thank you. You've already made this place a better place to live, work, with being the person that you are. Thank you.
Thank you.